Meantime, we continue to follow the situation unfolding in Ocean City right now. Even though Hurricane Erin is hundreds of miles off the coast, the resort town still seeing major impact.
I want to head back to First Alert meteorologist Cutter Martin monitoring this situation for us. Cutter, we've seen the images behind you. Crazy what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Two crazy things. Of course, the constant shot you see, that's a jetty, little tower, little sensor on the top of that, waves shooting up above that. So the splash there, 20, 30 feet pretty easily. Also, we have dumpsters and basically storage containers on the edge of this kind of breakwater zone here. And yes, the water has moved up yet another space. Thinking that those are going to start floating away. So we have some debris here in the parking lot potentially. And Ocean City Police just came around. We saw wreckers as well. It looks like they're forcing people out. We've seen more and more people leave as the water continues to rise again. At times, water up to the fenders of some of these vehicles closest to the actual beach. And we're still several inches away from the peak of high tide, may come in just under that 4.8. Nonetheless, we're going to continue to see water rise. The wave run up here is incredible. And as First Alert Chief Meteorologist Eric Beasley has been talking about, the size of this storm, that's the game changer. That's the main cause for all of this storm surge. Guys, it's going to be a wild few hours here and then improving as we get into the weekend.
All right, Cutter Martin live in Ocean City. Cutter, thank you. Derek, this is exactly what you guys were talking about, the rough surf, the winds. We're seeing it firsthand.
Yes, and those waves were massive.
Big ones, and we're seeing some 20 feet high offshore. And high tide is going to be coming up here about 7 o'clock or so. So we're going to be seeing the water get even higher. And as Cutter was mentioning, it's just been getting rough here throughout the afternoon with the heavy surf. We expect the surf to continue high even into the weekend. Should start to get a little bit better here, looks like, by Sunday as the storm's pulling away. Notice how it's starting to make that turn to the northeast, moving northeast at about 20 miles an hour. But the rain bands and as well as the wind field is so large, it's extending even as far west as just off the coast here. The tropical storm force winds, that is. Take a look at some of these wave heights here. 14, 18, 17, nearly 20 feet. And again, this is all kind of lapping up against the coast. That's why that surf is so high. Maximum sustained wind still at 100 miles an hour. Right now, as the 5 o'clock advisory is, track's still going to take it very quickly to the north and east. So like I said, by this weekend, the storm is going to be way up near the Canadian Maritimes and eventually up into the North Atlantic. So as the storm pulls away, we do expect the surf to gradually calm down. The problem is with the ocean being stirred up like that, it takes a while for it to calm down. So even into tomorrow, we're still going to have very dangerous surf, and that'll continue into Saturday as well. Tropical storm conditions continue just offshore. We've had some gusts up to tropical storm force or a little bit above that near the coast throughout the afternoon. Heavy surf advisory, a high surf advisory continues, looks like, until tomorrow morning, although the rip current risk is going to remain elevated all the way through the weekend. And, of course, we've got a coastal flood threat as well, with coastal flood warnings in effect for Worcester County, where we expect some of the worst inundation up to about 3 feet, of course, with high tide coming up here in another couple of hours. Likely going to see red flags flying through the weekend, so best thing to do is just stay out of the water. It's simply too dangerous. Things should get a little better, though, as the surf will be down about 2 to 4 feet, 1 to 3 feet here by next Monday and Tuesday. Temps 60s and 70s right now. It looks like overnight tonight, low 60s, partly cloudy skies. If you were looking at the shot for the Maryland State Fair a little bit earlier, you probably saw some blue skies there. The clouds are starting to clear out as dry air is being wrapped around the back edge of Erin as Erin begins pulling away. So that means for your Maryland cast for tomorrow, the weather looks like it's going to be great statewide. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures into the 70s, maybe some spots getting into the lower 80s out towards places like Cumberland. But right now we're looking at right around 80 here in Baltimore for tomorrow as skies gradually clear out overnight tonight. Plenty of sunshine in the forecast for your Friday and Saturday. Speaking of Saturday, here's your forecast for Ravens Commanders here coming up on your Saturday. Noon kickoff, temps right around 80 degrees, and it looks like we'll stay that way through the end of the game. First Alert 7-day forecast. Other than some storm chances late Sunday, the weather looks amazing, especially next week. We're going to get a little taste of fall. Look at all those 50s there during the nighttime hours. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night, highs around 80. Gorgeous weather on the way. And next couple of days actually won't be too bad either.
Okay.
Looks pretty good. It's a nice
Is that good enough for you?
It works for me.
Okay, good.